Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien on the morning of Saturday, August 12th, 2023. Stand by for a urgent commentary. Well, Americans, you all have followed the plight of Maui with the forest fires, and they were made even worse because you had a hurricane in the vicinity. And if this doesn't finally get the watermelons off your brains, especially Republicans, Republicans, hear me out, on climate change, then you guys are destined to be extinct for sure. You notice that in the European continent, you see a lot of ruins. You see a lot of ruins in the other continents. Asia has ruins. Australia, not so much. And ruins in Americas, but not as many as Europeans. Because the people that lived there, unlike you Americans, especially Canadians to a certain degree, yeah, but you guys like to, as you called it, rebuild. And I don't get it. Cities like New Orleans, Miami, and Gulf Coast cities, which gets hit maybe 3 times a decade by hurricanes, and cities that get hit by earthquake. And you're rebuilding them? Yeah. Well, we rebuild after Hurricane Harvey. We rebuild after Hurricane Camille. So how many rebuildings have you done? And there was this guy in Maui who lost his house for the third time. Third time. He rebuilt, new house, something came back, fire, hurricane, away goes the house. And why is that? And then he is too old to rebuild. He should know that he should cut his losses and be like the people from the ancient times who, hey, do we want to be there? No. And let's go. Like the Mayans, whatever happened with their cities, I know, but it's time to go. It is time to go, people. But where are you going to go? You got no place to go. Because you have squandered your time. Especially with climate change. You got no place to go on this planet anymore. So you're looking at extinction, not only by political means, by military means, but by natural means. Extinction. Do you get me? Humans and Americans? Really? I doubt it. Because I don't see that many people listening to this video on anything. You put it on file 13. You Americans especially, your government is disintegrating left and right. You have not the capacity to reconstruct Maui. Because you've lost it. In the last 5 decades, you spent so much money on reconstructions because of hurricanes and other natural disasters, not only here but worldwide, that you forgot that most people you got to concentrate on is your own, and you haven't done that in the last 5 to 7 decades. Therefore, you got a bag with nothing in it. What is it going to take to get the watermelons off your heads? Nothing, I don't think, except when it comes down to extinction. You're going to be like the Romans were in 410 when the Goths came around, and in 476, when there was no such thing as an empire anymore. You had Visigoths, you had Vandals, everybody under the sun was out there. And you also had the fact that during the centuries of slaves that you got, by the time your empire crumbled, they had 3-to-1 slaves versus the people that lived there. And look at you Americans, you so-called Native Americans, and I don't mean the Indians. There's only less than, 2 million of those left, maybe? If that? But you so-called white European people, you have decimated your white European people, that you got a negative growth rate as far as birth rates. And here you got 330 million, and I would say more than half of them are people from other places. That's the problem you have. That's what the Romans had. You don't get it because, they have to do jobs that we don't want to do anymore. And that's what the Romans relied on. They taxed themselves to death, and you're taxing yourselves to death. You don't even take care of your old people, because you put them in there, and these companies now are saying, hey, we can't handle Medicaid anymore because it doesn't make us money. The going market for a studio apartment is $4,000, and we can only get maybe 3,500 maximum, so we got to put 2 people in one studio room to make 7,000, and we're also losing money on Medicaid because they're not paying us for what they're charging and what we want to charge for medication and care. But what you want to charge for medication and care is astronomical. It shouldn't be that. The only people that are having fun these days are pharmaceutical companies, and the Supreme Court just decided to make the family that owns pharma, Purdue, pay more than $6 billion. See, they do that. And then you have the lawyers that you hear, like Morgan & Morgan and Dan Newland and Ruin Sifra here in Florida, where they say, hey, we don't charge you anything unless we win. Yeah, and then they charge you 33 1/3 to 40%. Dan Newland got me $1,500,000. Yeah, I would take 33 1/3 or 40% of that off because he gets that. So for each time he wins, he's got big money. Same with Morgan & Morgan. How did you become big? Well, we win a lot. Yeah. Them and the pharmaceutical companies. Hey, like Purdue Pharma made billions of dollars on OxyContin on there. And then they went, we set up $6 billion for payoff here. That way they don't touch our nest egg. Oh, boy. And the nest egg has got to be what? Maybe 30 to 40 times that much? So you're looking at maybe $200 billion that they have squashed away for themselves. And who paid for it? The people that bought these drugs and killed themselves for these drugs and overdosed on these drugs. See what I mean? Same with the lawyers. We have to do Social Security because it's our national duty to do it, but we only get $2,000 as a maximum. But hey, look at this. We can go after the insurance companies and open up their limits and get $1.5 million, $3 million, $10 million. Yeah. So Sue is up. Boy, poor Sue. Remember the poor guy whose name was Sue? Oh, boy. See what I mean, Americans? This is the way your society's going. Is this the way you want it to be? Well, I guess so, because nobody is answering me. This is your favorite alien with today's comment. What the hell are you waiting for? Good day.